Hi, my name is Josie. I am 24 years old and I studied interior design at Raffles. My major project was about geometric facets. I drew my inspiration from Daniel Liebeskind's architecture, as well as the way that unusual geometric shapes work together to create a pattern, and that pattern then creates an overall shape. My creative process was drawing a lot of inspiration from a variety of sources and then using those to work with my concept to create something that really represented me and represented my concept. So I first decided that I wanted to do interior design when I was going out to restaurants with my friends and was more interested in the interior design than the food. So the reason that I decided to come and study at Raffles was because of the smaller class sizes, which meant that there was more teacher interaction, which I think is really important to the learning process. I also decided to come to Raffles because we have to do a 200-hour internship, which I also think is very important to not only great learning but also getting a job at the end. My favourite subject was probably Interior Design Studio. It's the first chance that you get to really explore what interior design is and to get involved in interior design, so I found it really helpful to solidify that yes, that's what I wanted to do, as well as a great learning experience. My biggest challenge is probably moving from the inspiration stage to actually doing things. I tend to get quite involved in finding lots of inspirational images and loving everything, and so probably my biggest challenge that I discovered was moving past that stage. So I actually have a job lined up at Forward Thinking Design, which is an interior design firm. I was fortunate enough to do my internship through them, and then they've offered me casual work now that I've finished, and then next year I've got a full-time position waiting for me.
Hi, my name is Christy Blaylock. I'm 32 years old and I'm studying interior design at Raffles. My concept for the major project was elegance in motion. I got my inspiration from the feather, the beautiful, elegant form, which is seemingly simple but intrinsically functional. And I got inspiration from the modernists. I really like their strong use of line in their work, and there's a really strong sense of tension that's created. What I wanted to do with this project is break that tension and introduce a softer aspect to it through textures and clean curve of the feather. My three typologies that were picked were the restaurant design, library space and office space. And I chose Customs House in the city, and I found this building to be really interesting in that it had the beautiful rich sandstone it was one of the first buildings in Sydney, and it's got that beautiful rich sandstone, and I could integrate a modern element into this, yet keep those traditional and beautiful textures within it. I was fortunate in that I got an internship with a really well-established interior designer, Tamsin Johnson, and I managed to do my internship, and when I came to the end of this, she offered me a position, which was fantastic. So it's looking like it's going to lead to a full-time position, so I'll stay in with her. We focus on high-end residentials, and we also do a lot of restaurants and bars and retail spaces within Sydney and Melbourne and abroad. Well, Raffles has taught me the tools to take into the industry. They've given me a really strong foundation on which to build. I think no matter which industry you're in and where you study, there's always going to be a really steep learning curve when you go into the industry. But I think Raffles has done a really good job in giving you an insight into the real world through our internship, and giving us the grounding through the programs that they've taught us and the history of the design in which they've